Welcome to Steve's World UK. Today I'm back at Longleat Estate in Wiltshire. So today is Steve Backshaw live show is part of my world. Steve Backshaw is a British naturalist, explorer, presenter and writer, best known for BBC TV's Deadly 60. During the show, Steve will introduce you to some of his favourite animals, where you can experience the thrill of live animal shows packed with fascinating insights into the animal's speed, stamina, survival tactics and adaptations. So come with me, let's head to the new Longleat Outdoor Theatre because it's time to release the beasts.
Come on! Seriously, someone can do better than that. How big a mistake this is. Yes, of course it is. This is Monty. Monty Python. It will be completely lost on everyone under 30 years of age in the audience. But Monty is a Burmese python, one of the three giant species of snake that we have in place. It's a leucistic snake. It's a little bit like being albino. If it was truly albino, it would have bright red eyes, but this instead has glorious baby blue eyes. It means it's lacking the pigment melanin that would normally give it colour. And in the wild, the youngsters would get spotted super soon and get noshed down by a predator, so it would never grow to be this sort of size. Now, I've been doing television for a very long time, and it's always bugged me that I've never had my own catchphrase. I'm hoping to set that right today with all of your help. So anytime during this show, I say the magic words, "Are you ready for a wildlife feast?" I would like you all to respond with this. So, are you ready for a wildlife feast? Absolutely amazing. I will get that trending by the end of the week if it kills me, ladies and gentlemen. Now, do you think that Monty here is a highly venomous snake? How then would you think he takes down his prey? Constriction, yes, absolutely spot on. Are you feeling brave? Have you got good stout shoulders on you? Yes, because you are going to need them. Right, okay, Sam, can you help me out? If you take the business end, and I'll take this end, and we'll try and see if you guys can support Monty. So, I'll just place it over your shoulders like that. Now, how does that feel?
Heavy.
Heavy? Yeah, I'm guessing that Monty is around about the same weight as you, Leilani, and actually tends to feed on things around about your size. But don't be worried though, he's had his breakfast, he'll be absolutely fine. While we're putting our hands together, can we also have a ripple of applause for all of the Longleat legends who have made this possible and taking great care of all the animals? Sam, Jamie, James, John and Darren, without whom these shows would be completely impossible. Now, I'm guessing there's a few of you sat out there right now going, "Oh, come on, Steve, a giant snake? That's a little bit obvious." And yes, I'm hoping at least one of them will be something that is unfamiliar to you guys. And here comes maybe Pumpkin. Come on out, Pumpkin. The weather is fine, the sun is shining, the sky is blue. And Pumpkin, unfortunately, has decided that she wants to eat the hawthorn and is going into her box, which is not a particularly strong start. I'm going to come back to you in a second. I tell you what, James, should we meet Bella? So who knows what kind of an animal Bella is? Armadillo, that's right. Armadillos, crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. And this is a 9-banded armadillo. So there are many different species of armadillo in the world. The smallest, the pink fairy armadillo, that is not a made-up animal, it's real, will be able to sit in the palm of my hand. The largest, the giant armadillo, is enormous and has the biggest claws of any animal on Earth. This is the 9-banded armadillo. That 9-banded name is all about these articulations here, which enable its shell to phasing. So, Pumpkin is one of the most unusual animals that you will see here today. And Pumpkin, I'm off after her. But poor Pumpkin here is an arboreal porcupine. Arboreal means spends its time up in the treetops. It's a great climber. And unlike other porcupine species, it has a prehensile tail. You can see it wrapped around this branch here. She can hang upside down, holding on only by her tail. Like all porcupine species, she is covered in this protective coat of quills. Quills are essentially adapted hairs, and they are really sharp and they work perfectly to defend her against predators. Who knows what kind of an animal Chunky is? Anybody ideas? I know. This is a red tegu, and the tegu is named for its glorious colour. So that red is most intense in the males. It gets even darker, and even more glowing red as they get older. And it's through lean times by metabolizing too mammals, despite their appearance. Yes, what do you think? Any ideas? Anyone else got any ideas? So, one of the most glamorous of the animals that we have here today on display. The Appomattox falcon is a specialist at catching food on the wing after he's finished filling his space. Teo, up we go! You can see they have a fan-like tail that they use as a rudder. And with micro-adjustments of that fan-like tail, they can bank and turn on a dime to snatch things like fast-flying dragonflies and damselflies, and also an awful lot of birds as well. In the environment they live in, the birds fear Appomattox falcons more than any surprisingly smart. So the Appomattox falcon uses lots of things in its environment, great catch, sir, to get a free feed. So while they are perfectly capable of chasing down their prey in a flat-out pursuit, they will quite often hang around other animals. They'll follow things like people on horseback, they'll follow maned wolves, and they'll also hang out around bushfires. So when a savannah fire rages across the grasslands, that will flush out all the bugs and birds and things that Appomattox like to feed on. Oh, nice!
Is that a very beautiful bird,
Isn't he gorgeous? Right, let's get one more flight coming in.
Isn't he amazing?
And that surely deserves a round of applause for Teo and for Emily. Come on, Teo. You know it's time to leave centre stage. No. Of any birds that might be potential food, certainly the small ones would be easily on his menu. But the other birds, things like the gulls, are definitely going to mob a predator like this. The second they see it, they'll come thundering down and try and drive it away because they think that it could be a potential threat. And particularly now, we're in late spring, obviously, so this is a time when so many birds are... He's just not going to play your game, is he? So many birds, and scary, scary predator here! And sometimes mobbing, driving in on you, everything. That's something that a lot of bird of prey do because they have two focal points or phobias in their eyes. And what they're essentially doing is they're triangulating things around them. So they're getting increased depth perception as a better way of figuring out things they're going to fly after. So something around here is about to be lunch. Oh my gosh, he is being such a diva today. Spot on, Steve. I am very much a diva. Time to make an exit. What do you reckon, Emily? Do you think I can move on? Is that okay? I mean, I could try. It's going to be a little bit distracting having this beautiful bird just flying around behind me. Taylor, what do you think? Are you ready for a wildlife feast? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so this animal here is one that a lot of you will recognise. It's an old favourite of Deadly 60, and this is an animal many of you will recognise as soon as it comes out into the open. Imagine we are in the swamps of Louisiana, the deep south of America, where this denizen of the deep stalks the swamps. It is the alligator snapping turtle. So this is the largest kind of freshwater turtle. Turtles are a really ancient group of animals that have been around for at least 220 million years, pretty much unchanged. And it has perfect cryptic coloration, that is camouflage. So that will twitch around in the water, enticing things like fish and frogs to swim into the mouth of the alligator snapping turtle. Now, James, I can feel that my guy here is a little bit on the sluggish side, so we may need to switch to your practical Pac-Man of an alligator snapping turtle to show this next bit working. So let's imagine that the snapping turtle is lying in wait on the bottom of the swamp, and this carrot is a fish swimming in to investigate that lure. That'll be the last thing it ever does. So there are no teeth inside that mouth. What it does have is a samurai sword sharp edge to the beak, and if you look at the size of the head, massive musculature that drives that jaw shut. This one here is about 10 kilos in weight. The biggest we ever found at Deadly 60 was 120 kilos, 10 times bigger and heavier than this. And one of that size would be able to bite clean through a bruised hand. So that's its armour. They're called scutes. They're a special scale that has a bone inside them. And those protect him from other animals, particularly in male crocodilians. It's going to be from other male crocodiles when they're fighting over females. Now, this size, they have a sound they make to try and attract their mum. They feel like they're in danger, and it goes like this. You do that, William? That's better than me! With our young spectacled caiman. So if you've got your camera, massive animal here in the UK. Now I need you all to stay in your seats for a second. Our glorious, clamorous bird as it enters the arena, because this is Dizzy, and Dizzy is a barn owl. Many of you will have seen a barn owl out in the wild, looking down and listening down into the grasses below. So, anyone, if it flew over your heads, did you hear her in flight? Did you hear the wind whistling through her wings? No, we've flown barn owls over the most sophisticated recording equipment there is, and it doesn't register at all. Their flight is totally silent. Should we try it one more time, do you think? Should we got another flight? He's got another flight? Fantastic. So we'll try that again, coming down this way. Again, please stay in your seats for this. UK make, because you'll have heard it, right? What noises do owls make? Right? Totally wrong. So, the eagle owl is matched only by the Blackiston's fish owl. That's like the biggest and the heaviest of all kinds of owl. Logan's a boy, and the females, like with almost all birds of prey, are a fair bit bigger. It's all about girl power when it comes to birds of prey. Yes, I heard someone say, testify for the birds of prey. Yeah, so the females are about 30% bigger, and they are so eagle-like in the way they live their lives. So anyone who can see up close on Emily's glove there, she's wearing a completely different glove for this owl than any of the other birds here, because Logan could put his talons clean through her hand without any effort whatsoever. They are so powerful, so strong, incredibly robust, curved, and that's its number one weapon to take on is prey. This time also comes in the form of Tarek. So Tarek and I are becoming pretty good friends now. They are my favourite animals, the wolves, and he has so much on his side, particularly his very special nose. So Tarek has the ability to sniff out things that we humans would simply never be able to do. They're probably only matched by the bears in terms of the extraordinary sense of smell that they have. And these animals, when they're hunting on their own, a single wolf like Tarek would have the ability to take on prey like a rabbit or a hare perhaps, but when they come together as a human, as a pack, they can take on anything in their world, even things up to the size of bull moose, bison, and muskoxen. And the way they do that, the way that they bring themselves together, is using the howl, this hypnotic sound which resounds across the environment. Now, I'd love to try playing a howl now and see if Tarek will howl back. Let's give it a go. And if we can add a little bit of our own volume as well, let's see if Tarek will join in. Quite how weird my job is. Kneeling down here in the dirt trying to get a wolf to howl back to me. On the first day though, when we did this, Tarek not only howled back to me, but the Longleat wolves heard him and started howling too. And across the park, all these separate groups of wolves were unified by a howl, which was just the most spine-tingling thing to hear. I'd like to have one chance at seeing if I can get a sense of the scale of Tarek so you guys can see quite how big he really is. Tarek. What's this? What have you got there? There you go. Come on. There you go. You see how big Tarek is. He stands with his paws on my shoulder, and those giant paws, you know, those would be used like snowshoes to keep him up above the snow in an Arctic winter. Thank you so much. Big round of applause for Tarek. Okay. Now we're going to finish with something truly turbocharged. I will release the beast, and this time it comes in the form of the fastest animal ever known to have lived on our planet. And as the fastest creature on the planet today, I'm guessing a fair few of you know what it must be. Peregrine falcon. But the peregrine falcon, in this case, is crossed with a cheer falcon. And the cheer is the largest species of falcon. So put the two together and you have a force to be reckoned with. Every single thing about this animal is built for speed, built for high-octane hunting. The nostrils have battles inside them to break up the movement of wind so that it doesn't press on its brain and make it pass out at high speed. You can see how he has instantly orientated himself into the wind, which is coming from this direction, lifting the wings, starting to slightly shiver to warm up his muscles, ready to start flying. And as I take off this hood and his remarkable eyesight is engaged, he is going to take to the air and try and fly towards the lure behind us. So Thunder, show us what you can do. So, peregrines specialise in hunting other birds on their wing. Oh, lovely bank and turn there. Nice stuff and nice twirling as well from SJ there. They'll also use natural things in the environment, bushes and trees and hedgerows, to obscure their approach so that the pigeon on the wing never sees them coming. And then finally to fold their wings into their side in what's known as a stoop there. Very, very brief stoop as he came down to his prey. And that's when you get those fastest speeds out of the peregrine falcon. Yeah, it's worthy of a round of applause. So, when I was a kid, the peregrine falcon was a pretty tricky bird to find. They were scarce in the British countryside. It was mostly down to the fact that a pesticide called DDT had led to their eggs being thinned and their success catastrophically declining. But they are a real conservation success story. So the peregrine is making a comeback. And that's mostly due to the fact that they've learned to live alongside us. So nesting in skyscrapers, church steeples in the same way that they would once have done in rugged cliff faces, thundering down onto their pigeon prey, which of course is plentiful in our town. So the peregrine falcon, a bird that we should all be very proud to call our own, a bird that single-handedly proves that British wildlife is awesome. An animal which has learned to live alongside us, thundering down from skyscrapers to hit its pigeon prey on the wing. At top speed, reaching 200 miles an hour in stoop, making it the fastest animal ever known to have lived on our planet, ever, ever, ever. There is no doubt that the peregrine falcon is definitely deadly! I said it's definitely deadly! It's unquestionably deadly! Yes, it is. I am so glad that the sun has stayed out, the clouds have stayed away. We are there at Longley. I hope you have an incredible time. Get to see everything else that's here. But for now, my time's up. And all the very best to me, Stevie! Woo! Thank you to my friends from Longley. Have a great time. See you all.
So that's going to do it for today. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on great future content from Stevie's World UK. Until next time, be safe, be good, be kind and be careful. It takes 24 hours for the world to turn once, but only 2 seconds to like or subscribe to see great future content from Stevie's World UK.